That's still misspelled. Ah, hello everybody, and good evening. It's Sci-Fi Sunday, guys. It's Terror from the Skies, and I am joined here by my good pal Trenchy.
Hey, what's up?
And we are talk. Oh wow, that's weird. I can for some reason I'm on upstairs and I can hear myself on like a wicked delay. That's really weird.
You're on upstairs?
Yeah, I guess like my computer's open and it I don't know how, but it's on this video.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Um, that's streamception. It happens.
Yeah, it's not fucking up my signal, so I'm just gonna let it ride. I'll be on both places. Hey, Chumpkins can watch the show upstairs. Good for him.
Hey, Chumpkins, you want to buy some death sticks? Oh wait, I probably shouldn't be doing that in front of you. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm still in the room. Hey, Jen, how's it going?
Hey, Jack, Christian.
Yeah, hey, you guys, if you wanted to hop on the panel, plenty of room. If not, that's cool too. But just leaving that option out there for you. Yeah, tonight we're talking about all the crazy monsters from the sky, from the air, from the unfriendly skies. Now I got some movies I've highlighted that feature these creature features, and yeah, so we've been talking about that. But before I start in on that, uh, Trenchy, what do you think it is about the skies or animals that are flying that is so damn terrifying?
Uh, just like something like we're mostly a people of the ground, so having something like that can like fly from a higher thing and pick you off from above, it's very tactical. Just to have something that can go in a place you can't and can get one over you, like that is quite scary. It's creepy shit, and it goes back to like the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz. Like you can take it all the way back to then. These like flying death machines who just picking them up and dropping them on the ground and stuff. Like, yeah,
Yeah, it's death from above. I mean, it's a hard thing to defend. Like how do you avoid that?
hmm. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, you guys should totally come up.
Yeah, I posted the link for you guys in the thing, so you don't gotta like go to the group chat and Twitter or whatever. I don't think we'll get any. We won't get any lewd stream bombers tonight. I don't think we'll have that problem. I can see them in the back room anyway, so
Yeah.
I keep a sharp eye for all them tall mushrooms that try to sneak in. So, or not so tall mushrooms in some cases, but. But yeah, no, I agree with you. We can all identify with like you've been to the beach or you've been out to the park or whatever, and then boom, you got pooped on. There was a bird up there.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got someone in the back, and it's Jen and Christian. Let's get you guys in here. Get on in here. Hop on in, pal.
Hey, thank you so much.
Howdy. Always good to have you guys on the thing. But love
Thank you for
having you
having
guys.
us. Thank you.
So I guess I'll go with you guys. Same question I just asked Trenchy. What do you think it is about creatures in the sky that's so terrifying?
You just imagine something coming down, and that's always scary, like hurling down upon you. I don't know. There's just something inherently frightening. You think of vampires do that. They come from the skies. Anything from outer space can come from the skies. Alfred Hitchcock birds came from the skies. I mean, there's a lot of shit that's just up there that we don't think about until it's hurtling toward us. So yeah, I think, and again, just the unknown. And not so much the unknown. We just don't think that they're there. So
Yeah.
yeah, we
Like-
kind of forgot, and I think they're pissed that we forget them sometimes.
But you don't think about it because like you're not looking for them. It just happened.
Yeah. So, but any place we're not really explored too much, and I guess the skies, aren't too explored that much. So again, just the unknown.
Yeah. Which is a common theme in horror. So like and it fits because it's not even just horror, science fiction. A lot of these things classified as science fiction movies.
They all kind of overlap.
Yeah, like I don't know if you'd classify the birds as science fiction though. That's definitely more horror.
Yeah. Like I guess you're right, but they do come down upon you, so I don't know.
Yeah, or Tippi Hedren.
I know.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, 1963 you had Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, and I love the fact that we get no explanation why the birds have just gone mental. Like they're just mental. They've had it.
Yeah, they have had it. Like I think with this is my own interpretation, and I could be totally wrong. I think like it was like a thing of like humans encroaching on nature, like, and the birds were like, you know what, fuck you guys, we poison them, we shoot them, we do all these horrible things to these birds, and I think the birds were just like, okay, we've had enough. It's time for payback.
These pushy humans, they can't take the message. I mean, how many statues must we defecate on, and how many car paint jobs must we ruin? How many times must we plant seeds?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, the birds, guys. Of course, bird-themed movies. Gotta mention Birdemic. Gotta mention it. Cheesy as
do
it
you
is.
prefer Birdemic, or do you prefer the Alfred Hitchcock birds, or can you not really put them in the same class?
I can't really put them in the same class because, like, Birdemic is more of an experience than a movie. It's just it's cheesy and just so poorly made. Oh, hey there, John. I see John in the chat.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Yeah. That fucking long-running joke. I never get tired of, oh, yeah. But you got Birdemic. It is what it is. It's sometimes you punish yourself with the film, and sometimes you sort of enjoy it in a masochistic way.
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely one you want to get your friends. It could be something Marty and I could cover for our Trash Fire Cinema. It's definitely that kind of caliber of movie, but there's still some fun to be had with those type of movies.
Oh, it's right for it. Oh, sorry, Rich.
Oh no, I was just saying I haven't seen it. I've only seen the Birds by Hitchcock.
It's bad, man. It's bad. You might like it though, because I could see you watching it and you're nonstop laughing.
Oh, shit shows are the best.
Oh, Cue the Winged Serpent. I did not mention that. That's one I haven't seen in a long ass time. Like that was stop motion, wasn't it, John?
I believe, wasn't it, Sparky?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's how far back I've seen that. Is I'm having trouble remembering it. But no, that's one I should even have had on my list. I should research that better, guys. Falling down on the job. John's there to pick up the pieces though. It's right there. But Cue the Winged Serpent. Trench, have you seen this one?
No.
Oh.
I have, but it's been forever. What do you remember it, Spark?
It's a fun, like, silly movie. I always love the story Cohen tells about it, of him, like, I think it's something you couldn't do anymore, but he went up to, like, a high-rise building in New York and just started opening fire with live ammunition in it, filmed it, and then immediately started running away from the building because he didn't have a filming permit for it. He just gave his actor, here's this live, like, assault rifle or something, start firing it wildly at the sky as if something's attacking you, and we'll fix it in post, and then run like the Dickens before the cops arrest us.
That's true for me.
You know it's going to be one of those kinds of movies that's got the Scream Factory release. Sometimes they like to give us those kinds of gems.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, quick cue the winged serpent. Check it out. I suppose I got to check it out again because like I barely remember that, and
Me too.
I should remember that much clearer. I don't.
Question: is it an actual winged serpent coming?
It's like John said, it's like based off an Aztec god.
Okay, got you. I was expecting more like.
That's other movies.
It's Quetzalcoatl. Okay, Quetzalcoatl. That's what it's short for, apparently.
Oh, cool.
It's John coming with the facts tonight. So that's one I should mention. There's another one that's more recent. Usually I don't mention recent films, but I happened to catch this one on Comet. Pterodactyl. Have you guys seen this one? 2016?
No.
Yeah, this
No,
a meteor.
but it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
A meteor that's been orbiting the Earth crashes to the Earth, and there was a pterodactyl inside it, and it eats people. That's basically the plot.
Hard.
Like I'm watching this film, I'm like that makes sense.
That reminds me, I saw a trailer for a recent movie. I didn't watch it. I think it's called Cowgirls versus Pterodactyls. And it's a bunch of cowgirls fighting CGI pterodactyls.
Oh,
Do they ride horses, Trenchy?
I'm guessing they do. They had the little lassos. I only saw a little bit of the trailer. I didn't see the movie, but it looks cool.
Cool. Yeah.
that'd be a fun one to watch. Because who doesn't want the boots and the hat and the friggin' lasso? Got your 6-shooter. Oh yeah, who doesn't want to be a cowgirl? Or for some of you, cowboys. Sorry, Trent. Sorry, Kristen. Sometimes cowboy too. Works out.
Either way.
Either way, hey, you want to be a cowgirl? I'm not going to judge it. I for one am not. Certainly not. Another movie I got to mention, even though it's not 100% all about the flying monsters, Jurassic Park 3, we finally got actual pterodactyls, not pterodactyls.
Actual pterodactyls.
That was great. That was a great sequence.
Yeah.
I had to mention that. I know that's favorite of Trenchy's right there.
Yeah, Sam Neill just goes and like hits one of the pterodactyls. He like kicks it and runs away. It's great.
So, had to mention that, and of course, you're talking about flying monsters. Also, you got to talk about dragons. Lots of dragon movies. Lots of dragons in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Dear God, fucking people love dragons.
Yes. I wonder, why do you think that is? Why do you think we're all so fascinated with dragons, besides they're awesome?
It's got to be the mythology, because, like, of course, we all know that dragons come from ancient peoples. They see the dinosaur fossils, and they see a goddamn pterodactyl, tyrannosaurus, what have you. And like their imagination goes crazy because they don't understand that, no, this is rock. These aren't actual bones anymore. They're full of minerals. They're part of the world now. It's like they're thinking there's like a giant flying monsters flying around and eating people, and I don't know where fire breathing came from, but it got in there somehow.
It's fucking cool. Fire breathing was rules.
Yeah, it's cool.
So yeah, you got Dragon Heart, you got Dragon Wars, D Wars, got that in there. Gotta always mention that one. Beowulf had a dragon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Basically any sword and sorcery Knights of the Round Table style movie will have a dragon. It's like a prerequisite. You got to have it.
And they always, I like how I always felt bad when like they would want to slay a dragon when I was a kid. I always felt sad I think I was the only kid that felt sad for the dragons. I was like, don't kill the dragons, they're nice. I always wanted a dragon.
If we had them in real life, they would. Oh shit, Trench, what?
Oh, my bad, Full.
No, you go. You go. I'll go right after. Go.
No, I was saying it's like that Adams Family episode where one
Yes.
thing's like, kill the dragon.
That's how I was. I was like, no.
And the Munsters had a dragon too. The Munsters had a dragon.
You're right, they did. What was its name? Damn it. What was its name?
Was it Lucy?
Kitty was, or am I thinking of the wrong thing? Was it Kitty?
Oh, Kitty was the lion in the Addams Family because they had a
That's
lion.
right. That's
they had the lion.
maybe
I
Fluffy.
feel-
I don't remember.
I feel like it was Lucy or Lucille.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I
It was
can't
some name like you wouldn't call a dragon, which I guess that's the humor of it. Oh, we got John coming with the dragon talk. We'll get that up in there. There we go. Thank you, StreamYard. The narrative of our existence, ancients had them depicted constantly. It's true. Very true.
Yeah. John remembered it. Name was Spot. The dragon's name was Spot.
Oh, it was Spot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where I was getting Lucille or Lucy from. That must be a different movie with a dragon or some sort of scaly animal.
Probably.
But oh yeah, Jeepers Creepers. That would be a terror from the skies because it is swooping down upon you.
Yeah. How does everyone feel about Jeepers Creepers?
Eh.
I like the first two. I didn't see the third one.
You're not missing much.
They're okay.
I've seen the trailers and I've seen bits and pieces, but I've actually never sat down and watched it all the way through. But I mean, it is a modern day film, so of course I haven't seen it all the way through.
I get that.
You know my
Go ahead,
pirate the fuck out of it.
yeah. Don't give the director any money.
No.
How do you feel like about?
I never was a big fan of him, honestly. Like, even before it was widely known, the director was a scumbag. I never cared much for him overall. I always thought they were kind of overrated.
Yeah. They say the one guy that plays the creeper is a very nice guy, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, too bad the only like flying monster that wears a trench coat is in a movie directed by a pedophile. Like that.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
At least we have Freddy Krueger and New Nightmare, but
Yeah, that's true.
You get Mimic, and like sure, it's the monster's wings, but it sort of looks like a trench coat.
That's true.
oh, I've never seen.
Oh, you should see Mimic, Trenchy. You'd probably like it. Just the first one though. Just watch the first one. It's my It didn't need to be a trilogy. It really didn't.
No.
But yeah. So Mimic is a good one to put up there just briefly because they did swoop down. They didn't come directly from the skies, more from the sewers, but close enough.
Yeah. There's a correlation between the two.
I mean, the sewers are just the skies of the city, folks.
Basically, yes.
Giant cockroaches flying around in the sewers. I don't know.
Ooh, cockroaches. Ew.
Definitely really don't like them. So like other movies I have just to mention, to talk about briefly, let's see. Because some of them I have highlighted that we go into like what the monsters are like, which I got on the next page of my little notes here. But you got the Swarm, you got Killer Bees, you got Flying Virus, and you got 1313 Giant Killer Bees. All friggin' bees. And you got the Deadly Bees.
The Deadly Bees.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
Yeah, literally bee movies.
In all aspects.
Those are all awesome too.
Which, personally, I get the terror of bees because I don't like bees. I right off in the other direction. I run away from them. I don't fuck with bees.
Are you allergic?
No, they just freak me out.
I get that.
Other insects, no problem. No problem. Dragonflies, moths, butterflies, no problem. I ain't there. Whatever. Mosquitoes, nah, nothing. Bees, get the fuck out of here.
Don't blame me.
Have you ever seen the Bee movie?
Oh,
it's very
Yes, it's brilliant. It's like one of the best movies ever made.
Guy, I've not seen it. Not seen that. But I've seen like the trailer and I've seen excerpts of it. It seemed kind of silly.
I haven't seen it. Have you?
It's fun.
What's the premise?
I mean, well, you would probably like it because one of the cruxes of the film is a bee and a human woman falling in love.
Like an actual bee, like the
Like literally a tiny little bee, and then like her husband is, or like her boyfriend is played by Patrick Warburton, and he's like a jealous and like trying to kill the bee. That movie goes into weird places, and then it ends with like a fucking trial for like the bees versus humanity. It's very weird. It goes into places, man.
It's great. They shoot Winnie the Pooh with a dart gun.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You got two Seinfeld alums in there because you got Jerry Seinfeld and you got Patrick Warburton, who also played the Tick in both Tick things.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Fucking Putty from Seinfeld. That guy. He's funny.
Yep.
But moving along, just going to touch on this Altitude. I've not seen Altitude. John, have you seen it?
Never
Trench,
heard of it.
No, I have not.
John, what's Altitude about? Is it a B movie as well? Weird saying that, meaning the insect, but yeah. But I don't know, like I can understand because you got killer bees, now you got like murder hornets, so like
Angry. They're all angry. They have wings and they're pissed.
Yeah, I don't know why they're so pissed. Is it because they're yellow and stripy? Is that what it is? Like,
I would be pissed if I was yellow and stripy.
Probably.
I can't stand wearing horizontal stripes. It makes me feel like I look 10 miles wide. I'm like, So like maybe
yeah,
that's. Oh, if that's what if they'd had the stripes vertical, lateral, they'd feel better. They might not be so angry.
Maybe nature should have designed it a little differently.
Oh, okay. So it's Altitude is people in a plane. They're getting attacked by a flying entity. Okay.
Cool.
Right.
Oh, like the Twilight Zone.
Sounds like it.
Like the Langoliers.
The Langoliers, yes.
Oh yeah, they had the
awesome.
fucking worm things or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pac-Man meatball things that look terrible.
Bronson Pinchot.
That eat Bronson Pinchot.
They remind me of this episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation where there were people that got turned into worm things and they lived in the transporter beam, like they'd bite people.
I think I remember that one.
Which that looked pretty freaky. Freaky. Fucking lamprey eels in the goddamn transporter with you. Jesus Christ. But, yeah, no, so that was good to mention. Also got to mention bats. We've all seen bats.
Yes.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Bats is good. That one was what, the 90s?
That was 90s.
Yeah, and it was kind of bringing the 90s kind of had a resurgence of the creature features for a while.
That Anaconda, Eight-Legged Freaks. I think that was early 2000s, but kind of all in the same vein.
It was actually based on a book.
Bats.
Mm-hmm.
I like how like the cover it's upside down, so like it doesn't matter how you hold the cover, it's gonna look wrong either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, what corresponds to comic book being created and thus happening to people in real life. Okay, that's with altitude. That's with altitude. That sounds kind of interesting. I'm gonna have to look into altitude to see if that's on TV or Prime.
Probably Prime.
Probably Prime. Let's see. Did that. Mosquito. Giant mosquito.
Love that.
Bring it.
What
You know,
makes you
around-
love it so much?
Gunnar Hansen mostly. I love all the behind-the-scenes stories of him on the production of that movie.
Yeah. Was that the one where he brought?
Where he bought the Big Mac for the crew. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. It makes
But,
me itchy just to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking mosquitoes.
I hate them.
Oh, they're awful. Like, I don't know why, but as I get older, I get bit by mosquitoes. Like, it leaves little red spots. And I hate that. It's like, I'll go out, I'll have like shorts on or a skirt or whatever. And I'm like, literally, I take like a 45-minute walk and I come home. And I'll be laying down in bed or whatever. And then I'm like, look down and I'm like, ah!
Yeah, exactly. You must taste good. You must have taste good. You must have good blood. You must have tasty blood.
I don't. They didn't used to bite me as much, but now they're just like zoom right in on the legs. I'm like, I don't know. It's getting sweet, my old age. What can you do? So, Terror from the Sky films. I'm kind of moving on to the stuff I've got highlighted. One of the first films / creatures have highlighted. Personal favorite of mine. You guys probably already know this because you heard me talk about it before. Mothra, guys.
Ooh.
Yay.
Awesome.
Both a terror and a savior from the sky, depending on how you look at it and what side you're on.
Exactly.
Basically, the gist of this, I got the facts and figures on it. Like, if this was a real creature, and like you take everything into consideration from the film, it would have a 120-foot wingspan, or 820 feet. Excuse me, 820 feet.
Wow.
So that'd be some big ass fucking wings, and supposedly 10,000 years old. So not a young creature.
No.
And if Mothra was real, 20,000 tons. That's how heavy this thing is. So I don't even know if that's possible for it to fly.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you think it could fly?
Probably
Maybe if it had really big wings.
Like, I mean, I guess 820 feet. You need a mathematician to figure that one out. I think, or someone who's got like a degree in physics.
Or it just needs Red Bull and Maxi Pads because both of them give you wings.
Yes. Get it some Red Bull and a pack of Always, and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Would the maxi pads have to be filled with the Red Bull, or would the maxi pads have to be cut up and put in the Red Bull?
Is that the mysterious liquid they use for those commercials?
Yeah, I think they fill them up with. I think they fill up the Maxi Pads with Red Bull, and then it makes them extra flyy.
If they use Red, I don't know if they could use Red Bull in those commercials because it's that yellowish color, so it might be kind of close to pink.
That's
like,
true.
That's a whole other set of problems.
Yeah, that's for your Depends commercial, not for your period protection commercial. Jesus. Damn you, Red Bull. Damn you. Why don't you come in blue raspberry, huh?
Well, how do you feel about Mothra? Because you're like a big Godzilla.
I love it. The original is great. I actually really love the like Guardians of the Universe trilogy they did in the 90s. I love those. I think those are some of my favorite kaiju films. And the 60s one is, I really like all of the Godzilla films she takes part in. I think they're all really fun. I think she's one of the most consistent in quality of the films.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to me that it's one of the more indestructible monsters because you can kill Mothra, but as soon as you do, the egg is going to hatch and you get either one or two larvae.
Yep.
Very cool.
So, and it's always got this whole mystical element to it, which usually I'm not a fan of, but in this case I like it. I think it's kind of cool. It's like, oh, it's like she's like a god. Okay, like literally.
Yeah.
Just a butterfly, moth, a fucking god. Okay. I could roll with that. I'll roll with that. Of
Is
course,
she evil? Do you think she's evil?
Oh, yeah.
Or do you think she's
like, well, in the first movie, she attacks mainland Japan and the accompanying islands because they've kidnapped the fairies, and she's got the psychic link to the Shobojin. That's what they call them in Japanese. It literally means small beauties. That's a very creative name, but hey, you know, so
it's pretty.
yeah. She goes after them because they're psychically linked, and I don't know. They sing her songs. The Mothra, big Peanuts fan, so you know, had to go get them back. Some of you might not know that's the people, the girls. They got to play the twin fairies are actually the '60s singing smash singing sensation, the Peanuts. They were really big in Japan. They came over here. They had some popularity over here. They were even on like Ed Sullivan once.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yep. Sadly, both no longer with us. They died. They died at an old age, though. I think they were in their 70s when they kicked it. So,
good long life.
Yeah, good long life. Lots of appreciation from the kaiju community and music fans in general.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool! I did not know that little tidbit.
Yeah. And they switch it up a little bit. Like they switch it up over the years. Like you get into the 90s films and they change it from Shobojin to Cosmos. So now they're calling them the Cosmos. They're a different set of girls because the Peanuts are retired from acting and performing. You know, so they try to change it up a little bit. They're not as psychically linked as they are in the other films, the 60s films. Then later in the what is it, late 90s, early 2000s, they had the whole Rebirth of Mothra series. It was like a trilogy. I don't know if you saw that, Christian.
Yeah, no, like I said earlier, they're some of my favorite kaiju films. Actually, I really liked the whole Rebirth of Mothra trilogy. I think they're super underappreciated.
What makes them so good?
They're just really damn solid kaiju films. Like it's kind of like the same thing with like the '90s Gamma movies. They're just really damn solid. The effects are top notch. The storytelling's pretty good. It's just overall really solid.
Are they fun?
Yeah,
I haven't seen them.
They get a tiny moth called Fairy that they fly around. Like it's neat. And
cool.
And then there's evil. There's an evil fairy that they have to fight. And she flies around on like a little dragon.
Oh, brings back everything around. Cool.
So it's kind of cool. They call them the Elias. That's what they're called in the movie. I don't know why they keep changing the names. I personally like Shobojin better, but hey, you know, you do what you do. Do what you do, guys. Do what you do.
Jazzy it up.
Got to switch it up. Now, Mothra. Two forms. I got to mention the ground form. Weight on that, if it was a real thing that existed in reality, it would weigh about 15,000 tons. So a little bit lighter than the adult.
Little
bit.
A little bit.
But that's basically Mothra. Got to mention it. Got to highlight her. Next time, cool. Yeah. So it's like, Trench, have you seen a lot of the Mothra films, or?
I've only seen Godzilla versus Mothra, where they're on the beach and they have to team up to fight that other monster.
That's a good one. That's a fan classic. Like a lot of people love that movie. Some people will consider that their favorite Godzilla film.
Well, when I was growing up, I got a lot of VHSs from this dude, who's an asshole, but at least he gave all these VHSs, and some of them were Godzilla, so I had like a few of the Godzilla films.
Very cool. On VHS or on just regular?
Oh, on VHS.
Oh, awesome. That is cool. That was worth it.
Because he just gave us a bunch of VHSs. He gave me a bunch of Three Stooges. I had Three Stooges, Godzilla, and Elvis Presley movies.
Oh, cool. Some of those aren't bad. The Elvis ones aren't bad.
Oh, I only watched one and I gave up and I never watched the rest. But I was a child.
I feel like unless you grew up in the era, the Elvis films are sort of an acquired taste.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Or if you're an Elvis fan, if you happen to like the music, then you might like the movies. If you're a fan of the music.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't. It's gonna sound bad. He wasn't bad. Like, he's not a bad. Like, for the era of rock and roll he was in, he's not bad. Elvis is not bad. I could mess with that occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
I like 2 of his songs. I don't know about the rest, but at least I like 2 of them. I'm not big on them.
I'm a fan. I'm not like a huge super fan, but I like a lot of his stuff. So
that's fair.
So moving on, I guess we have nothing left to say about Mothra or Elvis. It's a weird connection. I got Rodan on this list. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Classic. Predating Mothra. Mothra was 1961 is when that when that first became a character. Rodan 1956, guys.
He's even more popular than I think Mothra is. I think everyone kind of knows who Rodan, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the other way around, but I knew who Rodan was. My kids liked Rodan.
Yeah, I remember when I was real little, when I first started getting into Godzilla, my parents knew who Rodan was before I did.
Oh, really? Cool.
They're like, oh, this one's got Rodan in it. And I'm like, the painter?
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought too when I first heard.
I'm like, really?
That's a weird thing to have. That's a weird thing to have in a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, that'd be like weird if he's painting him.
Hey, Brian.
Always good, and even if it's just for a little bit, Brian. Always good to have you around, buddy. Good, we love to see it.
Yes, we do.
But Rodan, so landmark movie, and then of course in a lot of other Godzilla movies, and indoors as a monster, as a favorite kaiju.
Mm-hmm.
If Rodan was real, he would be 154 feet tall when he's standing up on his little hind leggies. He would have a wingspan of 871 feet. So he got a little bit bigger wings than Mothra. And his weight would be 39,043 tons.
Jesus. Wow.
He's a big boy.
Big boy. Girthy.
He's chonky. Eating all them jets.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say, but I have that same story of I was like, is that the painter? Because my boys were very much into Godzilla, and that's how I learned most of anything I know about it. And Christian was a little kid, and he's like, no, mother. I think I shamed him.
But I got watching the movie, and the first one I ever saw him in was Godzilla versus the Three-Headed Monster, which is just the first entry of Ghidra, which is another great flying menace. Ghidra. I don't have his stats on here because I always think of him as a land monster, but I forget he does fly around quite a bit.
Yeah, he does both, but he covers land and air.
Yeah, and he's sort of a dragon, so I feel like we already mentioned him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd classify him more in the dragon category too.
But Rodan, cool. They gave him some extra powers. As films progressed. Originally, his power was he had spikes on his stomach, and he made like really really windy conditions, and that's tough. The wind is a formidable power.
The wind is a bitch.
But more recent years, he can shoot like rays, like I guess they're fire rays. I don't know, fire Rodan they call him.
Very cool. Very cool. That is admittedly kind of a better power than the wind. I mean, the wind can be a pain, but it's a cooler one at least.
Yeah, they did the same bit to Mothra. They gave her rays that come out of her antennas, and she's got the scale attack. So they sort of souped her up and if Christian was still in the room, he'd tell you that in Rebirth of Mothra, there's a whole different set of powers because you got Mothra Leo and like can go underwater and friggin' swim around in the water and shit. Like it's yeah.
Ooh, I didn't know she could swim. I thought it was
Yeah.
just the air was her department.
Like well, it was a larva she could swim, but it was weird seeing like her turn into this underwater butterfly type of thing. Like I don't know.
It'd be weird. It would be, but I guess kind of cool. I mean, you don't think of it often, so I guess just for the unusualness of it, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, they definitely go a little bit overboard and crazy with like what they do with her as a character in the last few films that they did before they sort of transitioned out of that. And now Legendary Mothra, and it looks more like this weird dragonfly thing with butterfly wings. I don't know what they're doing for that.
Making it cool for the kids. Rodan.
Nice.
It would be scary though if there's just people scuba diving and shit, and all of a sudden a giant moth just swam by you. That'd be scary as fuck.
Apparently, she can swim.
Nice.
Yeah, you know that, right, Christian? The Mothra Leo there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still not sure how.
Oh, go ahead, Phil. I'm sorry.
No, I'm still not sure how I feel about that. I don't know, but hey, it's cool. Got to do something different.
Why did they do that? Do you know why they made her swim?
It looked cool.
It comes out of left field. You don't expect it when you're watching the film.
Yeah.
I guess that's why you kind of shake things up a bit.
It's like, oh, she can do that now. Okay. She got like Power Ranger powers. She's transforming.
Yeah.
Well, you know about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She's going great lengths about Super Sentai. But so yeah, we did Mothra, did Rodan. Rodan was fun. Talked about Fire Rodan real briefly. Next monster / movie, because it's also the title of the movie. As big as a battleship, guys. The Giant Claw.
Wow.
Ooh.
The greatest design for any 50s monster ever.
1957, guys. We got the Giant Claw. If this thing was real, get ready for these stats. If this thing was real, it would stand 600 feet tall. It would have a wingspan of 1,710 feet.
Ooh. Impressive.
It would weigh 5,000 tons.
That would need to go on a diet.
Nice.
Now, why do you love the Giant Claw?
Because it's like the most goofy and ridiculous design for anything. I love how silly that movie is. It might be one of the most goofy of all of like the 50s creature features.
Was it a metaphor for anything?
No, it was a metaphor for a big bird that was rather big.
Yeah, it's. They went through a few different ideas when they were making this movie. Originally, it was supposed to be stop motion, and Ray Harryhausen was going to do the stop motion. And like they were excited. And then they realized, oh, we can't afford Ray Harryhausen.
No.
What can we do? So they contacted a puppet maker, a model maker in Mexico City, and they forked over $50, and they got the Giant Claw marionette.
Yep.
$50 whole dollars?
$50 whole dollars. But hey, that's 1957, so that's like $115 or something back then. So.
Ooh. Does it look like $50? Or do you say it would look like 150?
You know, it looks. It's memorable.
Do they get their money's worth?
Yes.
It's
I
beautiful.
feel like if this was a more serious looking monster, this film would not be as popular as it is. Like no one would care about it. It's so cheesy. You gotta love it. I love the Giant Claw. Just look at him. You want to thumbnail? Just look at him.
How can you not love that?
Yeah. For $50.
For $50.
Oh shit, that's pretty
Oh,
cool. It's cool. Meet Ray Harryhausen. Pick his brain about his model work.
very, very cool. Very cool.
But yeah, it's another thing to mention about the film Giant Claw. It reused special effects shots from Earth versus the Flying Saucers. So if you guys have seen that, you see Giant Claw, you may recognize some spots.
I'm not surprised by that. That explains a couple things, actually.
Why didn't they have Giant Claw versus Flying Saucers?
That would have been cool.
Would have been cool. That's what we need, guys. Is we need a new Giant Claw movie.
Yes.
But do it right. You
I was
gotta
gonna
make
say-
it look exactly like it looked in the original movie. You can't try to you can't spruce it up.
Or give someone else $50 and see what they can do with it. Like have a contest. Okay, go to 100. It's today's money. Give them 100.
You can't make him look all badass and scary. No, he's got to look exactly the way he did in this film.
Yeah.
That's funny. They spend the money. They do everything up big budget. You know, all the fucking awesome special effects shots, and then they have the CGI because of course it would be CGI now. Then they'd have the CGI Giant Claw come in, and it's still a goofy ass fucking turkey-headed vulture thing. Like, what the fuck? Like, you got to do it. Got to do it, guys. Got to do
The
it.
thing is confused. Like it just looks confused all the time. Like, well, it doesn't look like it doesn't even know where it is.
It looks like I do when someone asks me a math question.
Kind of does, yeah.
So we got that going down. Got that Giant Claw. That Giant Claw, guys.
That damn Giant Claw.
Next movie / monster I have sort of highlighted, and this is a classic, going back to 1957, exact same year as Giant Claw, but it looks a little bit nicer. You got the Deadly Mantis.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. I don't think I've seen that one.
Very fun. Better design than Giant Claw.
More than $50?
Yeah, more than $50.
Oh, yeah. Basically, there are volcanic eruptions on one side of the Earth, and then on the other side, in the Arctic area, in the Arctic Ocean, a giant iceberg is cracked in half, and there's a frozen mantis covered in soap bubbles, and he thaws out, guys, and he flies around and terrorizes the army or the Navy and the Air Force.
Question.
Yes.
Why would a giant mantis be where it's cold?
Because.
So not to be nitpicky here, but
Look. If it was it was 50 in Chris 50's creature features. There was like one of three explanations for how the giant monster was either frozen in ice, nuclear radiation, or it came from outer space.
but it wasn't living cold.
They probably should have gone the nuclear radiation route, honestly, but whatever.
Yeah, and you can't even excuse it like, oh, maybe it didn't mean to get frozen. Maybe it happened suddenly. Because the mantis stays in the Arctic area for like the first 20 minutes of the fucking film. It's like it's terrorizing a snow plane. It's terrorizing an Arctic base. It attacks Eskimos.
Yep, it does.
Is it racist against Eskimos?
Maybe.
Maybe it's a polar mantis.
That would be very polarizing.
It's been defrosted. It's missing its antennas, and it's pissed.
I might have to check this one out.
It's a movie.
It bothers me though that it's in ice, of all things.
Oh, eventually it makes its way to New York and somehow gets stuck in the Manhattan Tunnel. There's no tunnel called the Manhattan Tunnel, but in this film there is, and it gets stuck in there.
As you do.
If this thing were real, it would be 200 feet long. It would weigh 4,000 tons, so it's a little bit slimmer than the other guys. And its wingspan would be the size of two C-47s, which I've calculated to be 192 feet.
Ooh. Fancy.
Nice.
They made me do math on that one. I'm like, well, wait, not everybody knows how big a C-47 is.
We appreciate that, Ethel.
Like, I gotta crunch some numbers here. So, I did that. And it got 192 feet, which is not too shabby. Not too shabby. I mean, it's no 1,710 feet like the giant claw, but
take what you can get.
Yeah.
But the giant claw didn't come from ice.
That's true.
Hey, DMC.
Hey,
No, Campbell.
DMC Campbell.
DMC. I just pop you on here so people see. I try to be more interactive on these Sunday things than I am on Friday, because Friday is like, I try not to highlight people because it's all about the movie. But here I can highlight people, bring attention to you that you're in there, interact with you a bit more. It's fun.
It's good seeing you.
Yeah, good. Always good to have you in the mix, buddy.
Oh yeah.
So Deadly Mantis. Next creature I want to talk about. I know Christian will know this because he likes kaiju films. Maybe Trenchy will know because I think he likes Gamera. Gauss, guys.
I've never even heard. Is that like Faust?
It technically is like a pterodactyl vampire.
What? I've never seen a single Gamera film, but this sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, Gamera they get weird.
Is that the turtle?
Yeah, that's the flying
That's
turtle.
the
It's
friend
friend of all children.
Friend to all children. Eater of fire.
It's a turtle?
Yeah, it's a turtle. No, the Gauss is like a vampire pterodactyl.
And is he against the turtle?
Yeah, he fights the turtle because he doesn't like children.
Gauss is a constant enemy of Gamera, and it's not just one monster. It's a race of monsters called Gauss, and they come from outer space.
Yep.
Ooh. And they're vampire pterodactyls?
Basically, yes.
Do they drink blood of children?
They have like a vampire aesthetic. Like they have their wings basically make a cape, and they even have like the cap, like the
collar.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
they got like a little tiny mouth that goes ah.
Yeah.
Do they eat
That's
children?
great.
Probably. I forget if it's ever shown in the movie of them eating children, but more than likely, yes, they've eaten a few children.
Yay! I like
And they've got the awesome power of not only are they drinking blood, but they can shoot supersonic sound rays that are like lasers and can cut planes and cars in half.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Wait, can the turtle fly? Or
Yes.
are these... The turtle can... This is awesome!
Yes, Gamera can fly. He has jet boosters in his shell that he can swap his legs out with. Yeah.
So can the
Oh my god! He's a part transformer? That's amazing!
Kind of, yeah, kind of.
And Trenchy, Gamera can also fly he retracts his legs and arms and tail, and fire comes out of his holes, and he spins around like a flying saucer.
Yep.
This sounds like one of the best movies ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
he eats fire. He eats fire.
The
And
turtle
he's
eats fire.
Turtle eats fire.
I thought they ate like carrots.
Nope, he eats fire.
He eats fire.
Oh,
Fire breathing. He can shoot fire out of his mouth, and the front of his shell in the later films opens up, and a big burst of fire comes out of his tummy.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Why does he like children so much?
Because he does. At least in the 60s movies, he just likes just friend of all children. That's his thing.
But not in a creepy way.
And he's weak against his one weakness is rainbows.
Yes.
Oh, so he's not like a Care Bear.
No, the Care Bears could probably kill Gamera.
They couldn't do the Care Bear stare?
No, they could do, and they would probably kill Gamera. Rainbows screw Gamera up.
Why?
Yeah.
Because in the previous movies, the monster fires rainbows out of its head, and it messes Gamera up.
Yeah. There's a monster called there's a monster called Bear Yugon, not to be confused with Baragon from the Toho Godzilla series, but Bear Yugon. And he spits ice, and fucking rainbows shoot out of the spines in his back.
Yep.
Rainbows, huh?
It was the 60s, okay?
It's explained, though not directly in the first Gamera film, that Gamera loves children because there's a kid in the film, I think in the English translation his name is like Kenny or Johnny or something.
Kenny.
And he has a pet turtle. And his best friend is his pet turtle. And he loves his pet turtle. And his family, his parents make him get rid of his pet turtle. And he lets it off into the wild. And he says, I'll miss you. I love you, my little turtle. And the turtle must meet Gamera at some point and explain to Gamera the great kinship he'd shared with this boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's how they have a connection, rainbow connection.
Well, one of the 2000s movies, it just turns out the turtle is Gamera. Like the pet turtle is also Gamera. But that was the 2000s movies. That was way later.
That would have made more sense, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, they should have crossed over with the Ninja Turtles, and then the Ninja Turtles could ride him.
Ooh.
Considering how weird that Ninja Turtles anime that Japan did is, yeah, that would make sense. I wouldn't be surprised.
There's an anime?
Yes, there is a 90s Ninja Turtles anime where they literally are Transformers and they have like robot modes, and Shredder's like also part robot. Everyone's a cyborg in it for some reason. It's very weird. It's like superhuman Ninja Turtles.
Where's April?
They have a fill-in for April. She's not called April, but they have like a replacement April.
Did you guys see this film DMC is talking about, Roadkill?
Never heard of it.
No, I haven't.
I've not seen this one, but I thought I'd pop that up there in case you guys had seen it, because I didn't have it on my list of stuff, so I did not see it.
There's more from the skies than I thought.
Mm-hmm. No. Gamera gets weird, and then there's the 90s movies where there's an ongoing story arc. You want to know what the story arc is that is loosely wrapped around them?
Sure.
So in the first movie, the first of this trilogy, Gamera accidentally kills a cat. He's fighting a monster and he accidentally kills a cat. And then in the third movie, the angry ghost of that cat comes back as a kaiju and fights and kills. It tries to kill Gamera as revenge for Gamera killing the cat.
Does the cat have 9 lives?
Not enough. It's very bizarre. As weird as the Godzilla movies get, Gamera gets way weirder.
I mean, cats were like that, though. I could see a cat doing that, being like, oh, you murdered me, bitch. I'm going to put you back for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They should have used you as consultant with all your experience with the cats.
That's true. Yeah.
I could see it now. All right, now in this scene, guys, there are 2 cats, right? And they're attacking Gamera. What you need to do is have Gamera be sleeping, and then the cats try to have sex on him while he's sleeping.
Yep, that sounds like Trenchy.
As you know, well, I think everyone who's watching knows well, anytime you insert sex of any kind, it always enhances the movie. For me personally,
that's true.
That's always a pro.
It's when we get into Jen territory.
Yeah.
Wait, turtle sex?
Huh?
Wait, turtle sex?
No, Trench. I was saying, like, if you acted as consultant, that would be one of your notes. You'd be like, no, now you have 2 cats in this movie. You have to have Gamera sleeping and have them wake him up because they are having sex on top of him.
Oh, yeah, that happened to me once, but I didn't wake up.
Were they doing it quiet? I'm not being an asshole when I ask this, but this is me. I have to ask Trenchy. Were they really quiet?
No, I'm a heavy sleeper.
Okay.
My brother was like, yeah, the cats were raping each other on top of you. It was funny. And I'm like,
as you do.
Nice.
It's only something that can happen to Trench, and that's
yeah.
why we love him, guys. That's why we love him with these stories. But no, I encourage everybody to go and watch the Gamera movies. Some of them are actually the English dubs of some of them are in the public domain, so you will see them on my Friday watch along at some point. You'll see some of these pop up. So
Awesome.
you know, trying to space out the kaiju stuff as much as I can. We still got Gappa I got to put up for vote soon.
Gappa.
Oh no!
What's
Oh
Gappa?
yeah,
Oh
Gappa.
no!
What's
Gappa.
Gappa?
Gappa.
Gappa.
God damn it, Gappa.
What's Gappa?
That's like the closest a kaiju film has ever come to breaking me, man. I don't know if I could do that again.
the Trifibian monster, Gappa.
What? Why? What? What am I missing?
You just you don't explain Gappa. You just witness Gappa,
Sounds like a wine.
doesn't it?
I don't know if my knowledge would get us out of a jam, but like,
Oh, I
I
think
sure
it would.
sure hope it would help.
It would.
Like, especially in a kaiju situation, I feel like that might be where my strengths lie. You know, like, don't go near him. He shoots rainbow at his back. Gotta go the other way, man. Don't fuck with him.
No rainbow connection, as it were.
No.
Oh, we got more about Roadkill. Roadkill was shot in Ireland and was a TV movie, so no wonder you guys hadn't heard of it. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I'll ask my Irishman if he's seen it. The next time I talk to my Irishman, I'll ask him if he's seen it. He probably has.
You'll know it's good if you get that reaction. Oh no, not that piece of shite.
Somewhere out there, Marty's internally screaming at the sky, and he doesn't know why.
Yay! Put
But it
it.
had to be thousands. And I can't encourage you guys enough to go check out Gamma. Just check it out if you haven't seen it. It's fun. It's just goofy fun at the time. It's not as serious as the Toho films are. It's more aimed towards the younger audience, but it's still fun. So much fun.
Jake likes it.
Next movie / creatures. This is an later film. It's a 2001 film. Flying Virus. Have you guys seen The Flying Virus?
Never heard of it.
Nope.
Is it an STD, Ethel?
No, but it's another one of these bee films. Another killer bee movie. Killer bees. In this film, they're used as a weapon, and they're deadly. They're used to clear out this tribe in Africa. And the problem is, their venom, it has healing attributes and abilities. So what happens is they're successful with this attack with the killer bees. So the killer bees are then smuggled on board a plane on a flight to New York because we've got to discover the secret of this healing venom that they sting you with. And then, as you can imagine, bees get out, chaos ensues. They eat some people.
Nice.
Is that what gives them their powers? They eat people?
Maybe.
STD. What a title.
I'd see it.
Of course you would.
That sounds like one that would have to be on the Trash Fire
Picture show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a trash film right there.
And again, somewhere Marty's going, God damn it.
Stop fueling the fire. Stop fueling it. Can't stop. When you guys run out of bad films, I got a whole sack full I can give you. I know all about them. I know all about the bad films. One of my places I live is bad films. Bad films and house picks. You guys know it. Another bad film. Another 2000s film. So I'm trying to incorporate more of these 2000s films. And another bee film, another killer bee movie. 1313 Giant Killer Bees.
Is Wait, Christian, is that a David Dakota?
Yes, that's a David Dakota.
Oh God, I was afraid you were going to say yes. Oh God, damn it!
All I'm gonna say, guys, is giant zombie killer bees.
Yep.
Yay!
There's more to it than that. I know there is.
No, that's pretty much it. And they're attacking,
shirtless,
muscle men, as always happens in David Dakota movies.
except for the Cougar Cult.
No, they attack shirtless muscle men in that one too.
Oh.
Just that one has Quigley in it for some reason.
Is Linnea Quigley in this one?
No, she is not.
But I had to put it on the list just because the premise is so silly. I got no technical specs for these critters. You try to dig up anything on this film, and it's like people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to. They don't want to give you the details. Try as I might, a tape on this.
Yep, that's a David Dakota movie for you.
What's wrong with the bees?
They're zombie bees.
How are they zombie bees? What made them zombie bees? Was it a zombie voodoo priest bee?
Sure. The movie doesn't really clarify. They're just zombie bees.
How did the zombie bees come back from the dead?
The movie doesn't really clarify. More
Like, all you need to know is they're zombie bees.
Yeah, the movie's preoccupied.
I need to have more information.
God, your brain is gonna melt when we do a David Dakota retrospective.
I don't even know who that is.
So David Dakota is like one of my favorite stupid filmmakers. He's famous for two things: his 1313 series, which are all basically like very, very, very softcore gay pornography disguised as horror films. And his talking animal children's films, which also are very, very, very even more softcore gay porno films disguised as children's talking animal movies.
Wait. Someone who's a lot of softcore things. How do you
softest of softcore?
Flaccid?
Yes, like negative. Every single person in a David Dakota movie is a like 20-something shirtless Twinkie guy who has probably done some gay porn that David Dakota's probably directed under a pseudonym.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the clearest description. I think in the 1313 series, is it 6 films or is it 8?
Wouldn't there be 13?
Well, maybe one day we'll get those. So, I think currently there's like 6 through 7, 8 maybe, yeah. Because you got the B one, you got Bigfoot Island, you got Cougar Cult, which is the best one. Yeah.
Like, you guys need to watch these on the Trash Fire Picture Show. You need to watch, do do a review of all of them.
Marty's got one picked out that day.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, Marty has one picked out already. I don't know when we're doing it, but Marty has his heart set on doing one.
Gotta love David Dakota.
Because he's still trying to get me back.
Terrorbirds, wasn't that a sequel to Birdemic?
Is it? Because I know there's actually a Birdemic 2 that's even funnier.
Oh, okay. Then Terrorbirds has nothing to do with it, because I was thinking of Birdemic 2.
Yeah,
because Birdemic 2 is even more ridiculous and funny than the first one. And it has Tippi Hedren in it for some reason.
I heard that.
Oh, Sci-Fi Channel special effects. You know that's going to be a painful one to watch.
I've probably seen this one then. If it was Sci-Fi in the mid-2000s, I've probably seen it.
God damn you, Sci-Fi Channel. First you change the spelling of your name to make no sense at all, and then you just abandon us.
You gotta love Sci-Fi. You gotta love the Sci-Fi channel.
What plays on the Sci-Fi channel now?
We're
getting Chucky, right?
Not much, really. I haven't paid close attention to Sci-Fi.
Do they still do their movies?
No, not really. I can't think of the last time. Like, the last big Sci-Fi movies were, like, the Sharknado films. Those were, like, the last ones I can think of.
They did a good movie called Killer High.
Huh?
I think that's Sci-Fi Channel. It's about a guy that puts on a boar mascot suit and becomes a killer boar and kills people at this reunion.
That sounds kind of fun, actually. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a horror comedy.
Nice.
Cool. Why did they change their name?
Because I guess they were trying to like be more appealing to the mainstream and thought the Sci-Fi Channel would, only attract nerds. But Sci-Fi will attract everyone to the channel.
It sounds like an abbreviation for syphilis. It's like, oh no, you came down.
It does.
Damn. Oh man, I got a shot.
Yeah.
That and syphilis won't bring any boys or girls to the yard.
No.
Nope, that's
Bring a lot of slime to the yard. High five me, bro.
No, I'm not going to do that.
You gotta be careful. You watch some of those 13 movies, you might see some Siffy.
Yeah, there might be some Siffys, and there might be some. Yeah. That'll be fun. It works. See, it's just your destiny, because either Marty's going to show them to you or I'm going to show them to you.
No.
Some way you're seeing all of David Dakota's filmography.
Marty's letting you have the rest of them.
You guys could even do like his talking animal movies, like a talking cat or the Halloween puppy or the Easter pony.
Oh, the talking cat. A talking cat. Oh, God.
Yep.
I'm more interested in the children's movies because I want to see how the fuck that works.
It just does. It just does, man.
I think you can actually watch a talking cat on YouTube. I think it's available for free. Someone's uploaded it.
Yeah, I think they have. Yeah, I think it was on Netflix for a while too. Yeah, it's a movie. It's about a talking cat. It's filmed in David Dakota's house as always, using his cast of actors who've all done gay porn at some point.
What about the women?
Probably.
I'd agree with that, DMC. It was better to not have a reason. I like that they just go mental.
I do too. I think it gives it, because that's kind of part of what's so scary is you don't know what the fuck is wrong with these birds, except they're pissed. All you know is they're fucking pissed.
Well, it's been ages since I've seen it because I only saw it the one time. But doesn't the birds too try to give an explanation? It does. And it's kind of silly.
That's what DMC was just talking about. That they really should.
Yeah. But I don't know. Back to those films, though. Those 13 films. That's your penance for making Marty have puppets coming.
Yeah, that's a good punishment. That's a good fitting punishment.
I think you're right. I think I do deserve that because I did drive the man to drink.
Yeah.
But think about this, Jen. Once you fulfill that punishment, you get to do something bad again. You get to make him watch something horrible again. Next time it could be Bigfoot porn. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
We've already made an agreement. 1 porn a year. Marty says he can't do but 1 porn a year.
Well, it's going to be a very special porn. See, he's made a mistake because he's giving you ample time to find the perfect one to break him.
We all still vote Strokemon over here, but we know
still Team Strokemon.
I'll try. I can't promise anything.
We're working on it. We'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
That's going to be like, oh yeah, it's just going to be the longest running fucking joke.
Yep. I'm okay with either of these.
Either that or Marty's sitting there thinking, you know what? I need new friends and a new girlfriend.
Put that on a t-shirt. I drove a man to drink. God damn it.
I should put that on a t-shirt.
If you guys ever do merch, that's what you do is you have the Dumpster Fire logo on the front, and then you have that on the back.
Yeah. We might steal that from you, Ethel.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Oh, here we go. The Birds was good because it took its time telling a story where you get to know the characters, like a lot of these films. Arranged like at that time, the Birds became more horrifying that way. Yeah, no, that's a very fair assessment. I agree with that.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
I can rep that.
Okay.
But yeah, we cycled through. I had one more film on here. I haven't seen this one, but I wanted to check to see if you guys had seen this. Nightwing. not to be confused with the Batman villain or hero.
It sounds familiar. I don't know. Maybe Sparky.
Which one?
Nightwing, not to be confused with the Batman.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dick Grayson. Nightwing.
Is it it's not a vampire thing, is it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen this one, but I saw the name and I saw a description of it. I don't remember what the description was. Usually I don't put it down if I haven't seen it, but I just thought, oh, Nightwing, like Batman. Okay. So I wrote it down. Thought maybe someone had seen it.
Cool.
Maybe someone in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Go!
No, against
We lost Trench. Gone. He went to go see Nightwing. He'll be back.
Probably.
But I thought it was worth mentioning.
What about Night Flyer? Would that count? Would that count, Ethel? Night Flyer?
Vampire on a plane.
Because it is a vampire on a plane. From 1980 something.
Yeah, because that still is terror in the skies. It's just not terror coming down from the skies, but it's in the skies. So yeah, I'd allow it. Okay. I'd allow Snakes on a Plane too, because it's terror in the skies.
Yay!
Gotta love Snakes on a Plane.
I love Snakes on a Plane like that because Jen is super phobic with snakes. Like I have a big old phobia of snakes, and I'm not a big fan of flying either. Like I'll do it for Marty, but
it's your two worst fears combined.
That's when I knew I loved Marty, because I was like, I'd go to Ireland and then I realized I'd have to fly a plane, and I'm like, I'd still do that for Marty. So that's when I knew it was true love, when I realized I'll get on a plane for Marty.
If you see Sam Jackson getting on that plane, though.
But it's an awesome movie, and I love the pheromones they pour on the snakes.
That movie's so dumb.
And the line, great, snakes on crack.
I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this
motherfucking plane. There's some really great lines.
There is some great lines. Like that movie. Granted, it's weird because I always forget how stupid that movie is, even though I know that's a stupid movie, but it's also like can be weirdly clever at points too. Like it knows exactly what it is.
Oh, hey, here we go. Brian's got a solution to the plane problem.
I thought about a boat. Christian has vetoed the boat.
The boat would take like 3 months.
Yeah, but like if you took like a cruise ship or something over it, could be a fun 3 months, you know?
That's true.
True. But I want to get to Marty as soon as possible, so I'm just going to have Christian give me a Valium and then hit me over the head with something. He's been wanting to do that forever anyway. I'm just going to give him a 2x4 and just if the Valium gets weak, he's just going to knock me over the head.
Just don't take my plan for like the next time I fly, because like my plan is I'm gonna watch Mayday Air Disasters. Like I'm gonna binge watch it before I go on a plane. This is so much fun.
No.
It'll be jacket.
No.
That's my idea.
No. Valium, lots and lots of Valium.
So I watched one the other night where they flew through a volcanic ash, and it was crazy.
Nice.
Cool.
Like it took all the paint off the plane, and like it covered it in electrostatic because of the friction in the dry atmosphere. So it looked like they were flying through hyperspace. It was weird.
Nice.
This is not helping, Ethel. This is not helping with my phobia.
Oh yes, because you're gonna go through so much volcanic ash to Ireland.
I don't know how we're getting to Ireland. I've never flown to Ireland. There could be volcanic ash.
I saw another one where the plane crashed because wasps built a nest in the airspeed detector. So it sent conflicting information to the pilots. So like it said that they weren't going fast enough, but they were going the right speed. So they slowed. So they went faster. Then they were going too fast. So then they slowed down, but then they weren't going fast enough to stay in the sky, and they just dropped right out of the sky.
Oh my God, Ethel, this is not helping.
I saw another one where they crashed because the people filling up the plane with gasoline didn't do the correct math, and they just didn't put enough gas in the plane. They filled it like a quarter tank, and they needed a full tank.
Oh my God. And there's like oceans. Isn't there, Sparky? There's oceans between here and us. Oh my God.
They just legit ran out.
Yeah,
then there was another one. They were flying in Florida, and the pilots had it on autopilot, and then they were trying to fix a light because they had a light out on their landing gear light, and they couldn't figure out if it was down or not. So they're fidgeting with it, and the pilot bumped the stick, and it turned off the autopilot. So they just went into a nice slow glide, and they didn't even realize it, and they crashed right into the Everglades.
Oh my God. Thank you, DMC. That's nice. I don't know if Ireland will have me or not. Marty says as long as I don't try to speak the language, we'll be fine.
Oh, Trenchy's got a tip. Maybe the magical transformer turtle will give you a ride. Gamera could give you a ride. That'd be great.
That would be cool. Hopefully he went fast. But yeah.
He'll definitely do you a solid if you bring Christian. Sure, he's not a child, but he's your child.
Yes, he's my child. And when he was a child, he loved Gamera. So, you know, it all works.
Yeah, there you go.
You just gotta sing the song. You gotta sing the Gamera song, and
What's
he'll
the
take
Gamera
you
song?
Hey, the Gamera theme song.
What does it say?
I don't know.
Sing it.
God damn it. Na 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 na.
Do they have words?
I can't remember the lyrics. They're in Japanese.
Oh.
I can remember.
There's an English version, but it's not what the actual lyrics are.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I can remember the basic tone of it.
Thank you, Brian. That helps.
Yeah, it's generally considered the safest way to travel, but like when you watch Mayday air disasters, like it. Oh boy, it's like wow, it really is. Pilot error really is the biggest cause of these things. It's like just people.
Watch us get the most mediocre pilot ever.
Well, this one plane, it caught on fire in the insulation because they covered up one of the fucking exhaust ducts in the cabin with tape because they were working on it. They forgot to take the tape off. So like it overheated, and then the insulation caught fire, and the whole plane filled up with smoke.
Okay, so fire extinguisher, parachute, raft in case we go over the ocean, food, water.
I didn't a plane where like you can shut the cargo bay door and it cannot latch even though it's firmly shut, and then like you'll be at altitude flying, and the door will just blow right off. And then the pressure from the pressurized cabin collapses the floor above it. So like then you end up with a huge hole in the middle of the plane, and people fall out and seats fall out and stuff.
Yeah.
They fixed it though. They fixed it. Like 3 planes had to crash because of that, but eventually they fixed it. So it's okay now.
It only took 3. Maybe we should do something about that, guys.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't help it. I just like watching air disasters. I don't know why. It's just it's fun. And with tonight's theme, it is terror in the skies, terror from the skies. Fucking air disasters. That's not a horror movie, but Jesus Christ, it could very well could be.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian. I know it's not likely to happen. Marty's worth it. Marty's worth it. But yeah, I'm a little scared of flying. Not gonna lie.
Well, I have flown on planes. All of them really dinky ones. All of them in the coach section where you got like the window behind your seat. So if you want to look out the window, you got to do like one of these for like 3 hours. And it's never crashed, and I've never even hit turbulence.
Yeah, so I've only hit turbulence once.
You sleep through most of your.
Oh yeah, I sleep like a baby on plane rides. They're comfy. Well, like usually depends on the plane and how packed it is. But like usually when I'm lucky and have like the plane basically like just like 5 or 6 people in it, I sleep I sleep great.
And I will say this: most of these air disasters happened in the mid 70s. To early 90s, and they're very less common now. So
very cool. Yeah, I have flown, Brian. I have flown. But every time I'm like, even if we've hit a little patch of turbulence, I'll just like be like, I remember the first time I flown, I literally did not move. I was like scared to breathe because we were in this little dinky plane, and I was like, I just was afraid. And one guy kept looking at me. I guess I must have this terror look on my face, and I was just thinking, okay, if we don't breathe, if I don't move, we'll make it. We'll live. So
I heard alcohol helps a flight go by smoother. Like as long as it's not the pilots, drinking it.
I need to take a sobriety test along for the pilots.
Well, like so far, out of all the episodes I saw, not one single crash was caused from an inebriated pilot. Although one crash happened because a pilot brought his teenage son on board and let him fly the plane.
Oh, God.
That's a terrible idea.
It would have been fine, except they had a technical issue and it required quick, decisive action from an experienced pilot. And you had like this little teenager at the stick, so like he didn't know what to do and he couldn't get out of the seat. And yeah, they crashed.
Nice.
Well, I think that's frowned upon now. I don't think they allow pilots to do that anymore. I think it's okay.
I would think it would never be okay.
Yeah, you know.
Bring your kid to work day.
Well, it was the early 80s, and like, you know, it hadn't been a problem yet, so they figured that's fine.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you guys are all brave.
Brian's right. They do have two pilots. They have the co-pilot. I watched this one where the co-pilot didn't do anything because he was afraid to piss off the pilot, and they crashed for that reason.
Oh my God.
Like he was telling him, look at your altimeter, look at your altimeter, and the pilot was like ignoring him.
Oh God.
But they've got better training now. They're trained to not care now. Now they're trained to be like, oh, fuck you, pilot. So
that's good to know. I'm just going to take a lot of horse tranquilizers. That's what I'm going to have.
That could be. And then there was the one I told you about, the one plane I flew on where the guy who I swear to God was Ted Nugent. It wasn't, but I swear it was Ted Nugent, threatened to shoot the pilot and the stewardess if the plane didn't take off because there was an 8-hour delay.
Hi, Trenchy.
Hey, Trent. Oh, there was one where the plane got hijacked. And the hijackers tried to make them fly somewhere specific, but they didn't have enough gas to get there. And the pilot's like, we don't have enough fuel to get that. Like literally, we don't have enough. And the guy wouldn't listen to him. He's like, well, I'm going to shoot you if you don't. So they went there anyway, and they ran out of gas, and they crashed.
They crashed. I'm beginning to notice a theme. But they got the one guy off, right?
Oh, those were two separate flights. Like I said, the one with the Ted Nugent guy who threatened to shoot the pilot if the plane didn't take off soon. They didn't throw him off the plane.
Oh, that's
but
comforting.
They did have an air marshal come in and sit next to the pilot's captain just in case anything happened. He was a fucking idiot. He was just like a drunken idiot he was like a businessman or something. He was like,
What about the mask guy? That was
there was that. Yeah, that one was. There was that one too. That was weird. I had weird flying experiences, and then the baby one. There's always a screaming baby. Always a screaming baby.
I've flown once, and there was a kid kicking the back of my seat, and that sucked.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
It's like, why would you let your kid do that? Don't let your kid kick the back. Like you're there, you're sitting right next to him. Fucking monitor your children, people.
But that would require effort.
Like, I don't want to have to turn around and give a look. I had to get up and I had to turn around and kind of be like.
That's when you just start elbowing back. And
Yeah.
You can have a battle.
Well, the difference is if I elbow back, I'm just elbowing a seat and there's no ramifications for the kid. Meanwhile, he can continue kicking me in the small of the back.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But it's not a bad idea, Trench. Sometimes you got to give it back to them. Got to fight them back on that. But that was my experience. And those are my stories of the fun show I call Mayday Air Disasters.
Thank you, Ethel.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. Sometimes they don't crash. Sometimes they merely crash land, and that's much better because, like, usually people don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, usually they're fine then.
Ethel, if I do go up there, I'm not going to talk to you for a couple of days until I'm in Ireland. And then when I leave, I won't talk to you for a couple of days till I get back.
Well, see, this gives Marty an idea. He can prevent you from coming back to the States. He's just got to make you watch that show before the flight. You'll never leave. You'll never leave.
Oh, Marty's screaming at you. Shut up, Ethel. Shut up. No. Don't give her ideas. I don't want her with me. God. Marty's going, what did I ever do to you, Ethel?
He's still screaming.
Oh, no, Marty. This is karma.
Yeah.
Karma.
Oh, God. I'm Marty's karma.
You're Marty's karma.
Marty must
Thank
have done
you
some
for
bad
that, by the way. I appreciate that.
But yeah, so do you guys have any other flying monster movies or terror in an airplane kind of stuff you want to bring up?
We've talked about snakes on a plane. That was my big one.
I can't think of anything else. Talked about Giant Claw. That was my main one I wanted to talk about.
What about you, Tracy?
Not a movie, but you have from the X-Men, you have Soren, who is a pterodactyl from the Savage Land.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and like he turns into a human sometimes.
Yeah, he was dope, but we're never gonna get a movie with him because, like, they're too afraid to do that.
They
But
should.
he's awesome.
Like, how awesome would that be to have like a man transform into a pterodactyl in the movie? Like, how cool would that be?
He's always talking shit and plotting, but he never accomplishes anything.
Oh, snakes on a train.
That's fun too. It's not as fun as snakes on a plane, but it's fun.
It's not as self-aware.
Yeah. Yeah, we would do a travel log. If we do go up there, we will do like a little video thing. Yeah, we would do that.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be good for your channel too, because it gives people like a tag-along experience.
Jen drunk on the plane.
There's actually a song called that, Getting Drunk on a Plane.
Yep, it's a Blake Shelton song. And I just showed my redneck.
There's drunk on a plane. That's a Dierks Bentley song.
I thought it was Blake Shelton. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe there's two.
Probably, probably Ethel's right. I thought it was Blake Shelton, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong.
It's not my fault.
Because there's a music video for it, and it leads into another Dierks Bentley music video that takes place right after. Because you've got Drunk on a Plane, and then you've got Somewhere on a Beach.
You're right. Cool.
And it's the same fat kid from the first video.
I get that. But either way, you guys would be getting like Jen just drunk, completely toasted, and Christian going, "It's fine."
Yep, me sleeping.
It'll be funny because, like, when you fall asleep, Christian can shake your chair violently.
Thank you, Ethel. Thank you for that.
I'll always love
It's a prank, though. It's okay. It's a prank. It's just a prank. You'll be okay. Get him back. You get him back.
Yeah, I like Evil Ethel. We need to see more of this side.
Evil Ethel does seem rather fun.
Yeah, Evil Ethel is cool.
Like,
Ethel, do you have any movies that you wanted to talk about that you haven't yet or mentioned yet?
Geez, I don't have. Like, I think I mentioned everything. Briefly got to mention Godzilla versus Megaguirus.
Oh yeah, the most forgettable Godzilla movie.
When did it come out?
90s. It's not a bad one. It just I always forget that movie exists because the monsters kind of it's just like a bunch of like dragonflies basically.
What are their powers?
Yes.
They're dragonflies and there's a lot of them.
And then they get big.
Yeah, and then they get big. Yeah, it's not a bad one. It's just like oh yeah, that movie exists.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's kind of like ho hum, paint by numbers kind of one.
Yeah,
like there's a lot better ones. I have it. I like it, but I often don't watch it. So
I get that.
I usually go with the ones from the '60s. I love the Showa era Godzilla the best. That's like it's my favorite era of Godzilla. But
very cool. Very cool. What's your favorite era?
I love the Heisei films, but the Showa films also have so much charm, and some of my favorite films are from the Showa era. But overall, mainly just probably because of how much I love like versus Biollante and King versus King Ghidorah. Probably the Heisei era Godzilla movies.
Heisei's pretty good. Heisei's pretty good. That you got like it looks more polished because like the camera equipment is better. It's more advanced. So it's more vibrant colors. Less grain on the film. The monsters are shinier, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like they all got a new paint job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do love me some Showa. Gotta love me some Smog Monster.
Smog Monster.
Oh, fucking Smog Monster is great. I love that scene where he's in the club and inexplicably there are people with fish heads dancing.
Fish heads. Yep. That movie's bizarre.
In the club, like 50 Cent?
Sure, they're in the club. No, it's like a 70s like psychedelic rave thing. That movie is a metaphor for acid, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
I thought you said it was a metaphor for like recycling.
Well, it is that too, but it's more so a metaphor for acid, for like an acid trip.
It's about recycling.
Godzilla movies.
It's about recycling and environmental conservation while you're having an acid trip.
There you go. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it's about.
They got a go-go dancing girl who's got fish and seashells and stuff painted on her.
Mm-hmm.
Sexy.
For kids.
For kids.
And they got skeletons on the fucking rear projection in the club, and they're dancing too, and I don't understand why. And then they straight up kill people, and they turn into skeletons.
Ooh.
Yeah, like that's one of the only times where you see people die in a Godzilla movie, and you see the aftermath because you see all of their skeletons.
Or they
and then you got the cat that they submerged too. Yeah.
Cat?
Oh my.
Those little things that they just cover in like black sludge. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Oh, it's so sad. They cover a kitten in sludge.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
And they
Catholic cats?
say what?
Did someone say Catholic cats?
Catholics?
No.
No.
No. Trenchy. They take a small kitten and they cover it in sludge and industrial waste.
Don't
Even
you
I
hate it
can't
when
get
your pussy
behind that.
covered in
That's-
sludge?
And he burns the kid's father / professor scientist's face, burns half his face off.
Yeah.
Which oddly enough, when they show this film on Comet, they censor that out.
Weird.
They blur his face, which is weird because it's really not that graphic or gory, but they blur it out.
Maybe it's more psychedelic that way.
Weird.
Why are you blurring it out? He's not on Cops.
Bad boys.
That'd be weird if fucking Hedra comes flying through and all you can hear is Inner Circle blasting. What you gonna do? I'm gonna come after you.
I don't know the rest of his words.
Dear God.
I could sing, but I don't have the right accent for it. I just can't do a reggae accent.
We need Marty here for this. We need his reggae accent.
The smooth Jamaican
Yeah, we
accent.
need his smooth Jamaican accent.
Oh yeah, they can fly in Piranha 2, can't they?
Oh yeah, they can fly.
Good choice.
A classic.
Can
Wait,
fish
they
can
fly?
fly?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, they get little fish wings, like their fins also act as wings. And it's weird.
Oh shit. Oh, there's the bat gremlin and Gremlins too.
Ooh yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the bat. Yeah. Okay, controversial opinion. I actually like Gremlins 2 better than the first one. Like Gremlins 2 is actually my favorite Gremlins movie. I know, controversial opinion.
I like the variety you get with Gremlins 2, and I like how they make sure that what the hell's Dick Miller is not dead. Like we think he's dead in this movie, and they make us feel better because he's not dead. He's okay. You know, he might be getting attacked by that gremlin, but he's okay.
And then the one that flies sings New York.
Yep, the Bat Gremlin. I love how he makes the Batman logo as he exits the building.
I like how there's two different segments for the theater scene. One with Hulk Hogan, and then there's one where they're channel surfing.
Yeah, that was for the VHS release. I think they're like watching like a John Wayne movie or something. And then the theater one.
Like I rented this at the video store the first time I saw it, and it had the Hulk Hogan version.
Really? Okay, interesting.
Very cool.
But I have heard that the VHS doesn't have that. And when they had it on HBO, I think you get the Hulk Hogan version as well. Because
the
Hulk
Hogan one,
Yeah, I remember because I used to play it a lot in summertime on HBO, and I would watch it because I was a cool kid like that.
It does feel like a summertime movie, though. Like for some reason, it does feel very summertime. Like even though you're in a dank office building for the whole fucking movie, it still feels like a summertime movie.
It really does. It's an awesome movie. I, of course, am in the lady gremlin that wants to sleep with everybody.
Gotta love it. Yeah.
I like how fucking Robert Picardo ends up marrying her and gets seduced by the lady gremlin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a weird
fucking
good
Doctor from Voyager, guys. Doctor from Voyager.
I miss video stores too.
Yeah.
Video stores, they were awesome. I like the rental stores and the places you could go to buy them. We still have a couple places where you can go and buy movies, like in a proper store where it's like just wall-to-wall movies. But the dying breed, guys. Dying breed. You damn your Netflix and your HBO Plus and your Disney Plus and your friggin' Hulu's and your slap and tickle plus whatever you want to call them. Like,
now those are okay. Those were back when we were kids too. Those can stay. You know, the American triple ecstasies can stay.
But
those can stay. But I'm with Ethel on the other thing. You little kids, get off of our line with your fancy, Netflix and Prime and ooh, look at me. I don't have to leave the house to see a movie.
Get ye to a video store. You gotta roll your miles and look for something. Look at the case. Look at the covers. Get sold on the covers.
I know that 90% of the time lie to you.
Yep.
I love that they lie on the covers. I'm just like, sweet. I'm totally surprised by how shit this movie is.
I used to get mad as a kid, but now I give anything to get duped by one.
Yeah.
Like Kingdom of the Spiders. If you look at the cover, it's got a giant friggin' spider. I had that. I'm like, oh, this movie's gonna be great. There's gonna be a giant spider. No, they're just regular ass tyrannosaurus. William Shatner's fighting them. Oh well, it still had the shat. Gotta have the shat.
Sleepaway Camp 2. It has Jason and Freddy, and although they're kind of in it, not the way the cover makes you think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's Werewolf versus Dracula, I believe is the title, and on the cover, it's got Dracula and the werewolf, and they never fight.
Nope.
That's misadvertising right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Or as
yeah.
or is the modern equivalent of it the Robert Englund effect?
Mhm.
They show something and you don't see in the film. Yeah, that's basically the gist. It happens. It's marketing. It's marketing, guys. You know, they figure you bought the film, you own it, you're not returning it. Live with it. They've made their coin. But
They've got their money.
at least, like, I will give them this though. At least art on the cover of DVDs and VHSs. Well, I guess just VHSs, because the DVD ones are just reused VHS art half the time anyway. It had originality. It had style. It was interesting. It wasn't just 5 or 6 random photos of the characters in the movie slapped together in an action pose on the front with like weird lighting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like all you get.
Yeah.
The art covers on VHS are like really art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like posters nowadays have kind of gone to shit.
That way doesn't stop us from digging through the trash and saving them.
That's true.
Very first horror film, if I can remember. I think the first one I ever watched, I think it was Frankenstein, actually, to be honest. I think it was Frankenstein. Rented it from the library back in the day when you could rent videos from the library for free. Like that.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Good old VHS. They had those awkward covers where like the whole thing, slipcase and VHS and all, is crammed in this clear plastic cover that's got a hole in the bottom, but it's got like lips on the front, and you have to squeeze it very tightly in a very specific way to get the thing to come out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was my first introduction to like what sex was all about.
Oh my God.
Oh, so this is how it works. Mine was American Werewolf in London. That was my first introduction with a horror movie.
Same.
Oh, nice.
What about you, Trenchy?
Yeah, Trent.
The It 90s miniseries.
Very good one.
It's a good one to cut your teeth on for sure.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle told us, my brother and me and my brother were home alone with my uncle, and he's like, "This is a funny movie," and then he left us alone with the movie, and we were supposed to put in the other DVD or something, like to watch the second part. We were so scared we didn't, and we were afraid of using toilets and stuff and like being in sinks for weeks because like we just saw this thing that could just climb out of any drain and murder you.
For kids.
It's a family picture.
Basically.
I'm glad they still do that, Brian. Like, I'm glad like you work at one of the libraries that still does that. Like, they've slowly phased that out, unfortunately, in some places. I'm glad they still do it there. It's always a nice sign.
I don't think so. I think
I bought up the last of their fucking movies that they had. The last
library sale
they were having. I think I bought up the last of the movies they had.
Yeah.
They did it at one of my libraries.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there used to be this really awesome video rental place down in Portland, and they would actually, you could call them up, and here's the cool thing. Call them up. You can order a movie. If you knew what you wanted to watch, you could order the movie, and if you lived in a certain amount of distance, they would send somebody over with the fucking movie, and they deliver it to you.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And it was right next door to a pizza place, and you could order from the pizza place and the video store separately, and if you timed it right, they'd both show up at the same time.
You could get them. Ooh. God, pizza. That was the weekend right there. Order a pizza and get a couple videos, and that was your weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there used to be this other pizza place. It was a pizza place that was in, I believe it was Westbrook. And they would, like, they had the guy behind the counter, he'd toss the pizza in the air and do this whole business, right? And then in a corner of the front of the store, they had a couple little shelves of videos, and you could rent a video when you bought your pizza, the same place.
That's
Nice.
cool.
That's
a good idea.
That's really cool.
Like,
They should do stuff
that was,
like
that
that.
is brought on. That was pretty cool. Like that, I remember that fondly as a kid. I remember I renting Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and getting a pizza.
Good times.
Oh yeah, that's a good Friday
crazy
night.
part is like now, even I don't know if all libraries are doing it, but the libraries in my area, they have a streaming service now, and it's quite concerning.
What?
Yeah, it's called Hoopla, and you can like watch movies and I guess listen to books on there. It's really concerning though, because libraries should not have a streaming service.
No, you should not be able to stream your library books. What the hell?
That's kind of a contradictionary. Sure.
Yeah, what?
Contradictory.
That's weird.
Contradictory.
Yeah.
Dictory.
It's weird trying to read a book on a screen. It just doesn't feel right. There's something about it just not right.
No,
I have a
no,
Kindle.
never.
I have a Kindle, and like I have like all my. I like the fact that I can have all my books in this tiny, teeny thing, and I can have them no matter where I go. But I also do miss like just reading an actual
physical book.
Yeah, I do miss it. But it is. But to be fair, I do have to say it's convenient to have all of your books in this tiny little thing.
I get that. I just can't. It hurts my eyes. I need the actual book, and I need to be able to flip the page, not scroll up and down.
I get that.
Oh,
But I get
fucking
where you're coming from.
Denmark, welcome, buddy. Haven't seen you here before. But good.
Hello.
Nice to have you in the mix, Justin.
Welcome.
Thanks for staying up with us. But I definitely like this is coming from someone who's streaming this show through a Kindle. I don't know. I have a couple books on this thing and I never read them. I'm just like I tried and it's just like I don't know. It's gotta like tap the screen. Then it's got this feature where it will advance it automatically, but like that doesn't always work because you get distracted by something and like you stop reading for a second and then you're like 2 pages ahead. You're like, no, this isn't working, and I don't know.
I get that. It takes some used to. Like I'm used to it, but it does take some kind of getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, like I know, like if I'm going somewhere, it used to be like I'm a pretty quick reader, so I'd finish a book and then I'd have nothing to read. And the Kindle's nice because I'll always have a book, even if I finish reading 3.
Mm-hmm.
No, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, got to plug this thing in.
Oh, you guys have Hoopla too. It's weird, man. I don't get it. They're even like, look, you can read comics on here, and the comics will move. And I'm like, this is not right.
Yeah. No. I've tried doing that before too, like on my phone and stuff. It's I can't do it. I can't read a comic like that. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, Hans.
Yes.
Welcome. That's a nice name.
Yeah, it's always good to meet new people from across the globe, bring them into the fold, have them take part in these kinds of discussions. It's great. Always good to spread the word. Spread the love of sci-fi and horror, guys. Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
And sex culture, Jen.
You and your sex cult. Someday it's gonna get off the ground.
No, Brian, I do go to the library when I can. I'm just saying it's really weird. I do go to the library.
Yeah.
It's just an odd experience to have it suggested that you don't come to library and you just log on to the internet and use your computer and like it's just weird.
Do you think libraries are going to be antiquated? Like
Eventually, they'll probably hold out a bit longer, but eventually they probably will become antiquated to most people.
I'm just saying it's a scary world.
They'll have to diversify the service they provide. Like they'll have to find something they can do there physically.
Yeah.
I mean, besides just be a Wi-Fi hotspot.
Yeah.
They have children's stories. I think they still do that. The children, little kids, they still have that.
Mhm.
They have the guest author read them a book.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good. It's good to keep them engaged with people on like a human level.
Yeah.
Absorb everything through a screen.
It's weird how your generation is coming up. Come to think, I sound old.
I suppose so.
It's weird. You young
They say
whippers.
things-
Because I am all about physical media, so. But I guess most of it, yeah.
That's true, Brian. That's true. You make a good point.
Oh yeah, the seniors there. I would see that.
Yeah, I can get that.
Hopefully they don't die out like the dinosaur.
The seniors or the
Yeah.
library?
Well, the seniors will eventually get the library.
Oh,
If you could live forever, would you?
no.
Like, see, that right there, that goes against what a library is. They're supposed to preserve all that and just add to it. You don't replace the old with the new. You got to keep both.
Yeah.
I highlighted
They're
this.
like
It's not showing. Highlight that, please. There it goes. There it goes. Got to tell it twice.
Yeah, that is a shame. But sometimes when they ditch stuff, you can find them in the trash or the other. You find some pretty cool books.
Yeah. As a dumpster diver, I'm okay when they ditch stuff because usually I can check their bins.
That's the other thing I miss about video stores, especially video rental places, is like you used to be able to dumpster dive behind them and you could find cardboard cutouts and you could
posters.
find actual movies because they'd have those premiere copies that have the little crawl on the bottom of the screen that says, this is not an official copy, not for resale. This is for promotional use only. It'd be the whole friggin' movie. It's like, yeah, I don't care about the little ticker line in the bottom.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about, dumpster diving from behind a video store and taking things. I don't know what you're talking about.
We saved a Paw Patrol. Even like we went to Candyman. We went to Candyman last week, and we were walking out, and they had two posters, and they were crinkled, but other than that, they were perfectly fine. And like one of them was Paw Patrol. What was the other one?
That new Hugh Jackman movie.
The new Hugh Jackman movie. And even though my youngest is too old for Paw Patrol, and even though we have no interest in the Hugh Jackman movie, Christian and I tried to walk away from it, and then we both turned back and went and saved the posters. We were like, we can't let this happen.
Can't let good movie posters
So we
go
saved
to
the
waste.
posters. Yeah, it was like it's something in us. We couldn't allow them to be, even though the posters were not something. Oh, come here, Jake. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. My youngest son made a shark from the Suicide Squad.
Oh, sweet. Freaking King Shark.
Yep, he made.
Let me
it's
make
okay.
that big. Hold on. I'll make you big. Slowly layout.
Say hi, everyone out there. in YouTube
Is it
land.
gonna do
Hi,
it?
everyone out there.
Yes,
in
you did.
YouTube land.
There you go. Hold it like that.
Oh, very nice.
Say thank you, Trenchy. Thank you, Ethel.
Trenchy. Thank you, Ethel.
Great to see it. Like you got to keep making that stuff. Like it's good. It's good. It's a good skill to have and a good skill to hone. Good way to express yourself. Art at making things.
Yeah.
Thank you, DMC. Thank you, DMC.
Thank you, DMC.
And thank you, Brian.
Brian.
It's
That's
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, Ethel, for letting him show it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's good. Happy to have that on my show. It's good stuff. Good stuff. And it's in the realm of science fiction. That was very much a science fiction-y kind of movie. Exit solo layout. There we go. But yeah, no,
Science fiction.
definitely science fiction. Gotta go with that. All superhero movies by default are science fiction.
Yep, that always goes
I
with
would say.
it.
True.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly. But getting back, we've diverged from our topic a little bit. I think it was a nice deviation. It was something that needed to happen. Have a little conversation about this and that. Libraries, video stores. Got to. It's important. Culturally important.
Yes.
It's good to have.
Yes. Yes.
So we'll get back on to the subject at hand. The terror from the skies. I don't know if we've got anything left in the tank. I think we might have spent our coin on this one, guys.
I think so, unless you or Trenchy or anyone in the chat has something they'd like to add.
I'm pretty much out that I could think of. Like, besides the flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which are nice. And I was talking about this with Trenchy and John last night. They need to make this. We have not gotten a Wicked Witch movie, like a solo movie. We never got the story of how she became the Wicked Witch and what happened with her and her sisters.
Are you talking about the Broadway? Would you like them to do a movie from the Broadway, The Wicked, or are you talking about like a thing on its own?
A thing on its own. And like I was talking about it, and I'm like, it'd be great because you could get the story of like where she got the soldiers for the Palace Guards. You know, you get the story of why she had a falling out with her sisters. Maybe she started out okay and turned evil. You got like the tragic descent into madness and evil storyline. That'd be great. And she would do some wicked shit because she's the Wicked Witch. And Jesus Christ, she throws fireballs, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, probably one day they will.
At some point.
I feel like as a horror movie, it would work really well.
It's bound to. Is Wizard of Oz hit the public domain yet?
I don't know.
I honestly don't know. Probably, but if it hasn't, when it does, it'll probably get a flood of stuff like that.
The closest thing I can think of is Wicked. That's the closest thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Well, like the Wizard of Oz, the books, the stories that the musical is based on, is public domain. You can make stuff out of it, but you can't infringe on any of the copyrights from the 30s film because MGM owns that, which now by default Amazon owns that.
Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Sit down.
You're good.
But there's an Irishman calling her right now. But it did make a good movie. I endorse it, the idea. You know, I endorse the idea. Yeah, I don't know. Flying monkeys, guys. Flying monkeys. Terrors from the sky for sure.
Sorry about that, guys. My stupid phone.
Good.
Michael Crichton's Andromeda Strain. Oh, this is a terror. This is for later on in the month. Actually, later on this month, we will talk about Andromeda Strain. I've got, I believe it's at the end of the month. If I look back in my little notes. There we go. Yeah. Next week, next Sunday, we got Wild Weather. The Sunday after that, It Came from Outer Space. And the final Sunday this month is It Travels Through the Air. We'll be talking about all sorts of movies like Andromeda Strain, 28 Years Later, Outbreak, Quarantine, 12 Monkeys, Death in the Veins, Black Death. We got a lot of movies to talk about. End of the month, so definitely come back for that one, and we will talk about Andromeda Strain. That's a personal favorite of mine. So
It's a good movie.
It is. The book's good too.
yeah, the book's great. Michael Crichton's great author. I've enjoyed many of his works.
Yep.
I haven't read a lot, but I've read a couple, and the ones I have, I've enjoyed too.
But yeah, I'm going to bring things to a close now because we've exhausted our skies for the evening. But I want to thank everyone who's been here. I want to thank the people in the chat. We had John Steele in the chat. We had Brian Kubrick Lover in the chat. We had Just in Case, brand new to the audience. I hope you stick around. I hope to see you here many, many times from now. it's great to have you. Oh, we lost Trenchy.
Uh-oh.
So he's gone.
Gone. Bye, Trenchy.
You will be
We had,
missed.
And
we had-
Hans, thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you for joining us. Hopefully you'll come back next time.
yeah, yeah. We had DMC Campbell in the chat, and Trenchy was in the chat for a little bit too. And I mentioned John Steele, and we had, of course, you guys, Jen and Christian, Jen's Reviews from the Grave.
Thank you.
As we're closing things out, guys, what's next on the docket for you two?
We're probably, you said the new
Reviews of a couple new releases, and we're continuing on with Tales from the Crypt. We just started talking about that series episode by episode. This week's will be on episode 3, Dig That Cat, He's Real Gone.
Yeah, which is a good episode.
Oh, nice. Excellent. So, guys, you got to keep a lookout for Jen's Reviews from the Graves. You got Jen and Christian, great horror hosts in their own right, reviewers, extraordinaires. Trenchy, I would ask him what he's working on, but he's not in the room right now. But you keep your eyes peeled on that soulless trench coat.
Because
Yeah.
he's always, no matter what he does, it's awesome.
Totally.
Yeah, and it could be a random ass stream, or it could be something he's planned. And this might be Trenchy coming in the back right here to join us, so he can say if he's got anything coming down the pike or not. Hold on,
Awesome.
get in here. Trench, welcome back, my friend.
Hello.
Trenchy, I just asked Jen and Christian what's next, and now I'm going to ask you, buddy, what's coming on down the line? What's next?
I should have another review coming out once I film it. And I'm working on a couple things, but I guess the closest thing that will be happening is in a couple minutes. I'm gonna be on Collector Man's channel with another person discussing the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, that'll be great.
That'll be awesome. We'll pop in.
That'll be great. And you guys, I know we all know him, but in the chat, some of you may know him, some of you may not. Collector Man, Tristan, great guy, great collector of things, figures, cardboard cutouts, memorabilia, all sorts of stuff. Good guy, very solid fella to talk to. So
extremely kind human being.
Yep.
Yes, very kind guy. Check him out. He's going to have Trenchy on with him next, right after this. So you got to tune into his channel. I'd throw up a link, but I don't have one. But that's okay. You know, you'll find him. You'll find him. He's easy to find. Collector Man. But as far as I go, what's next for me? I mentioned next Sunday. We got Wild Weather next Sunday, talking about movies with natural disasters. Wild Weather, talking movies like Twister, movies like Geostorm, Tornado, friggin' all sorts of stuff. So check that out. That'll be good. This Friday, we got a watch along on my channel. Looks like it might be Scream Bloody Murder. Votes are still open over on Twitter at @_Ethel_cross_ if you want to vote. There are 4 films to vote for. They're right in my description, pinned to my profile. So check that out. Vote if you care. If you don't, probably going to be Scream Bloody Murder. And hey,
Awesome.
great film. And there's one more thing I got to mention before I close out. Got to mention this, guys. I am working on a big organized event for next month, for the month of October. It's all going to culminate on October 30th in the middle of the day, and it's going to go all the way through Halloween, early hours, midday hours, late night hours, into the very wee hours of the Day of the Dead on November 1st. And it's going to have people much like these kind people here. Trenchy is involved. We got Lady Sasha involved. We got Kara of Horror Retrospectives involved. Potentially, maybe Jen and Christian. I don't know. I haven't signed you guys up yet.
Yes, we are. We will sign up. We will. We will. I'm bad about. It's on a. Yes.
Like we'll talk DMs and stuff. I'll get you guys hooked into a cool time slot and like stuff. And like, basically, the premise of this is, everybody is going to have a time slot on a big sheet, and we're all going to go one after the other. It'll be like a big conga line. It's called the Candy Corn Conga Line Channel Hop. It's such fun. And the reason is because you're going to start out at somebody's channel at some point during the day, night, what have you, and you're going to watch the video, and at the end, there's a link in the description, and it's going to lead you to the next video that's going live right after. And then you go on from there. You'll get to see all sorts of YouTubers you don't usually see.
Mm-hmm.
Find new people to watch, like, and meet new people that like what you like. And it'll be fun. It'll be great. And
it's like a big party.
Yeah, it's like a big party. It's a big online party, a big festival, a conga line of channel creators. Having a laugh.
Yep.
Having a gas, as they say back in like the 1930s.
And probably some people will be drunk.
At least one or two.
Go, but I just wanted to say, I just want to come back to say goodbye. It was great talking to you guys. Great.
He was great talking to you too,
Jen and Christian. Great talking to you as always. But I got to.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Trench.
Yeah.
See you later, man. Say hi to Collector Man for me.
Yep, had interesting for
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Adios, Trench.
Gone.
But so finally, that's what it's all about, and I encourage everybody watching, whether you be a big channel or especially if you're a small channel, you're like me. You got just a handful of people watching your stuff. Just a few people subscribe. Contact me via Twitter. Get in on the game. I'll put you in there. We promote each other. You get to have some Halloween fun with all sorts of people, and it'll be great. You do whatever you want.
There might be costumes. There might be costumes.
Many costumes.
Oh, some of us, I can almost assure there will be costumes. And it'll be fun. And you do whatever you want. You want to watch a movie with people online? Watch a movie. You want to have a chill discussion? Have a chill discussion. You want to have a panel topic like tonight, like Sci-Fi Sunday? You can do that.
Yeah.
It's all up to you. And the sky's the limit on what you can do. So
can you be naked, Ethel?
According to YouTube guidelines, it's only if it's for educational purposes. So, I don't know, you got to make your case strong on that one.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
But that's the deal. That's the deal. You contact me at @Ethel_Cross_ on Twitter, and you say, hey, I want to be in on this. I'll ask you what time. If it's available, I'll give it to you. If not, we'll work a time out that's in the schedule. Then you're signed up, and I give you a PNG, a sticker that you put on your video thumbnail, so it's easily identifiable with everybody else who's going to do the same thing. And then you just put a description, link in the description to the next video, and I'll tell you what video that is. I'll tell you who's going on next, and we work it out. I come coordinate it, do all the heavy lifting. You just have fun.
Yep. It's awesome.
But
it is.
Now
and
I've said my piece.
Cool of Ethel to do this. It's very cool. She's making everybody's Halloween 1,000 times more awesome. And some people, can't go out and party like we used to. So this is a safe way to still be able to be with cool horror people, horror sci-fi people. So
yeah, it'll be great, and I'm sure that it'll be fun. And my goal is to get as many people involved as possible, and to just promote happiness and a good time. And just the enjoyment of Halloween.
Yep.
That being said, I'm going to thank Trenchy for joining me. Check out his channel, Souls Trenchcoat. Check him out, Collector Man, right after this. And check out Jen and Christian. Jen's Reviews from the Grave. Check it out. And check me out. You like this? Give it a thumbs up. You think it sucks? Give it a thumbs down. You really enthused? Subscribe. And if you're lonely, you want to talk to me, you don't even want to sign up for you just want to say hi, hit me up on Twitter. Other than that, you've been a great audience. Thank you very much. Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Don't forget.
Bye, guys.
Adios.